I made this poster for a band called Baths. My idea involved drawing a woman defying gravity, and it's an unusual pose for which I can't readily find photo reference. Drawing the human form from your imagination is always tricky, as I'm not really an expert in life drawing, because that takes a lifetime of practice. I'm up for the challenge, but it never hurts to start with an exploratory sketch. The point of this exercise is to test out the feasibility of my idea without having to commit to a final piece. Where the problem area is going to be, what works, what doesn't, those are things I'll discover right now as I'm sketching. Now I begin to work on the final drawing. Like the first sketch, I start out really quickly, just to lay down the overall shape of the figure on the page. I find that works better, because if you start out stiff and tight, your drawing usually ends up stiff and tight. It's easier to go loose and then tighten up. Sometimes I'll hit an area that I'm not sure about, and I want to check my form, so I'll do a quick sketch off to the side. To simplify things, I think of her body as a series of cylinders and spheres. I keep drawing lines tightly until I see one that looks best, and then I emphasize that line. I give different parts of her body different line qualities in order to create depth. Something I always battle with is detail. It's not necessary to give the same amount of detail to all areas of your drawing. It can even be counterproductive. I give the most attention to the areas I want people to give their attention to. I'm a strong believer in contrast. Once I finish the blue line sketch, I solidify her form with a graphite pencil and cross-hatching. Now I'm working on the trees in the background. Since they are a background element, I don't want them to compete with her, so I decided to simplify the trees. I make the trees mostly silhouette, but I give them texture so they don't look flat. I let the brush and pen wander over the paper, only barely guiding them with my hand. That way I can get the line qualities to look more natural. I set everything up for screen printing. The three flat colors are stacked on top of each other to form the complete image. Yellow first, then the gray color, with orange on top. All my posters are set up this way. For me, design plays a huge role in anything visual. I'm always thinking about geometry when I'm laying out an image. If you look at the blue guidelines I'm laying down, you can see the mathematical divisions of the page play a key role in the position and size of the overall shape. Look at how her body is framed by the geometry. The Baths letters aren't a font, I drew them specifically to fit that geometry. From quick sketch to print, I'm very happy with how this poster came out. The details show quite well. I even made some color variants.